I love these guys, man.
Hola a todos. Hola a todos. Hola a todos. Bienvenidos al podcast de los pintores, en donde estaremos hablando de los desafíos que pasamos como una compañía hispana en la industria de la pintura. En la industria de la pintura.
Los pintores. Los pintores. Los pintores. Los pintores. Los pintores.
So, everybody, thank you for being with us. Nosotros somos los pintores. Hoy soy Juan
Y José,
y hoy
y
tenemos a Jesse Ramos,
un invitado especial.
nuestro invitado especial. We call him what? Cowboy?
I call him Houston.
Oh, he calls him Houston, but he ain't from Houston.
I say, Houston, we got a problem.
A little, just very small background on Jesse. You know, we met Jesse at the PCA 2 years ago, right?
2 years ago in Orlando.
2 years ago, 3 years. Yeah.
2 years ago in Orlando. And from then, you know, just you cannot be friends with this guy. Well,
You can't miss him.
You can't miss
You
him,
can't miss
right?
him.
It's just this, all it is. So,
Cowboy hat.
we're gonna be talking to him today. Really want to hear from you, Jesse. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What do you do? Where you come from? Sort of things.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you having me on, man. So a little bit about myself. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Even though you call me Houston, man.
There you go, right?
I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Houston, we got a problem.
Yeah, Houston, we got a problem. But I'm from Dallas, Texas, South part to be exact. Our office is in Red Oak. So we specialize in painting, power washing, striping, and we do industrial coatings, and we do all commercial and industrial. But yeah, and we've been doing that for about 7 years with the change of with the new change. Let's just say.
What's the new change?
No new change, but we switched dynamics. If you want to say.
So, Jesse, for people that is listening and they don't know Jesse the Cowboy, we call him Jesse the Cowboy. What's the name of your business?
That's right, man. I forgot my whole name. TJ's Professional Painting and Construction LLC is the whole name. But TJ's Painting's fine. I hope the other guy's not hearing this because there's also another TJ's Painting. But
yeah, we don't want to talk about them. No, we're not talking about them.
We're not gonna get into the legalities, man.
He's not a cowboy. He's not a cowboy. We're not.
Yeah, he's not a cowboy.
He's on the other side of the country, so we ain't worried about that.
So you were born in Texas, right? But how about family? Like, are you have like descent?
Yeah, so I was born in Dallas, Texas. Mi familia es de Coahuila.
De Coahuila, órale.
Yeah. So right on the border de la mera frontera. All my dad's family is primarily still in Coahuila. My dad, he's from like Rosita and moved to Acuña. He was raised in Acuña, Coahuila, and all he got like 9, 10 brothers and sisters. They're all still in Acuña. My mom is from right there too, like an hour right there de Acuña. She's from Mexico también, pero nació en México, pero se creó en Del Río. So right across the border.
Y es que es muy importante, nosotros queremos hablar de esto porque ya ves cómo empezamos los pintores, y pues muchos nos dicen de que si es en inglés, que si es en español, y nosotros teníamos la intención de hacer todo en español, pero es que es un poco difícil, we grew up in a different, like we grew up here, right, in the United States, but all of our roots, our background comes from either Mexico or from Central America. And it's just part of us. I mean, we're at some point, se nos salen las palabras en español, se nos salen los Mexican, and nos gusta el tequila y el relajo.
That's true.
So
se nos sale lo mexicano.
Se nos sale lo mexicano, pero so por eso when you were asking us, hey, how we would do this en español o en inglés, hey, we want to be ourselves. So si tú te sientes a gusto, say, what, ¿sabes qué? Te voy a contestar en español. Let's do it. Y si te dices, ¿sabes qué? You know what? I feel more comfortable English responding to this. Let's do so. I think that a lot of people can relate to our culture and what we're doing. So, just that way we can establish that. Before we're gonna move on how we started certain things, but earlier when you're in the car, so why are you wearing a blazer today? I just want to know. I mean, we're painters, man. So, I mean,
I know, man. I want
to know.
I was going to take it off too, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. I want to know.
You can say this guy don't ever work, but so I actually. So when y'all invited me, I know with the time, I kept moving the time a little bit. So just a little background. When they reached out to me, I couldn't meet the exact time. We had to go back and forth with the time because. So I actually have I got a credit line approved on a big credit line with the bank today, and today was the closing. So I don't even know how that works. So I was like, no, hombre, empezó a las 11, and I was like, oh, dude, by una media hora we're good. No, hombre, hasta 2, bro, 2 o'clock. Wow. So from 11 to 2, it was about 150 papers signed. And have to fax it and all this other stuff. So. But anyway, so we got approved on a credit line, so I can, use the bank's money, not my own money.
And this is, pero este es como para tu negocio, ¿no? Es un credit line para business credit line. Y sabes que a mí se me hace muy importante esto, ¿qué es lo que te hizo? Y vamos a hablar un poquito más de lo demás, pero ¿qué es lo que te hizo agarrar una credit line? ¿Para qué ocupas una credit line en tu negocio?
Okay, so yo siempre, tengo la mente to invest, right? Whether that be empezando un negocio o en real estate porque a mí me gusta real estate también. I don't know if y'all knew that, pero
I didn't know that.
My goal is to own apartment units y también tener mi negocio que está funding the down payment for that.
Yeah.
So yo lo que quiero hacer es todo el dinero que tengo cash or from the liquid, don't have a lot of liquid, have it all in real estate y luego nomás usar el dinero del banco para estar running. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And if I ever need anything else, I'll liquidate the asset or take a loan out on the asset,
See, and that's why I wanted to start there, because it's so important sometimes to understand that, or some people don't really quite see it that way, because we're painters, we have a business and stuff, but where is that going to take us? Are we creating a retirement plan? Are we creating an exit plan for us? And if, not a lot of people think the way you think, and it's so amazing because now someone is going to be like, oh, okay, Jesse got a credit line? How do you do that? Yeah. So maybe you may get a call, say, hey, Jesse, how do you get a credit line? And you just be like, hey, bro.
And this is your first time, right?
getting a credit
line?
line?
My first time, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, it was a pain in the. You know, but it also depends what kind. You could get convention. So I got an SBA line of credit, which the difference between that is the interest rate's better and the terms are better and stuff. But lo malo, pero the other part is que tienes que firmar a bunch of papers, tienes que haz de cuenta que te están sacando sangre, bro. It's tough, man.
It's painful.
But the good thing about that is I had a really good help, you know, with my office getting all the paperwork. So I got some really good people.
Sí, pero es muy importante, Jesse. I think this really helps you not be so stressful with money, because now you have a little bit of backup.
Cushion,
you can actually, you know, work in your business and you have the money.
For sure.
And whatever little money you have for you, like you said, you can invest. You can do other things because you're using, you know, just like any other business does. The money les va a costar poquito, pero les va a ayudar a crecer su negocio. So, por eso quería yo empezar con eso, porque van a haber muchas personas que tal vez van a decir, oh, pues nunca había pensado en una credit line. Nosotros tenemos 2, 3, creo, credit lines, you know, for our business, y tratamos de no usarlas, pero cuando las necesitamos, allá están. You know, so si necesitamos hacer un trabajo y nos va a tomar mucho tiempo para hacerlo, I'll jump on it, agarra el dinero, tal vez vamos a pagar un poquito de interés, but no big deal, we have it. It's a backup for us.
Yeah. See, and I think that's the thing. Like a lot of people see, like, because to me, el interés, like, I don't care the percentage. It depends how much we're making. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna be making 20, 30, 40K, but we have to pay $5,000 in interest, man, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying?
And
so it's even if it's 50% interest, how much money am I making though? You know what I'm saying?
How much is it gonna cost you?
I feel like muchas personas, like especially our culture, they're like everything cash, don't pay interest. But when you look at it como, all right, let's say $100,000 loan is 5%. Well, how long does it take you to accumulate 100,000? A lot of years. How long? But you can go get a loan. You'll pay on it, but you can get it like you know.
Yeah, you can quick it. You can expedite
expedite it. You know.
Yeah,
but you pay for it. You know,
man. But see, that's the business side of it.
Yeah,
that's the business side of it, and that's where we want to bring this awareness to other people and at least get them going in their mind and say, oh, there are other ways. That's all we're trying to do here. We're not trying to say like go get a credit line or go do this. No, just you know, start exploring your options. You know, options, alternatives. So thank you for sharing that. And guys, if you guys go get one, dress up, right? Look like $1 million.
You don't have to
wear
a cowboy hat.
No, you do. If you're in Texas, you do, bro.
You gotta roll with the BD, man.
So, so we talked about this, but we wanted to kind of bring this out to people. How do you get into the business? How do you get into painting? How did Jesse start into painting?
How do you start, JT?
Jesse started in painting, man, is wild. So my pops was in business. He was a painter, right?
Yeah, you mentioned.
He did residential custom homes for, man, since I was 0, right? I'm 32 right now. So
man, you're young.
I don't know, man. So I'm 32. So ever since I was so he started in 1990, right? That's when I was born, right? So then, like, I would always see him run his own business and stuff like that. And he went from, you know, him and one builder to like 4 or 5 builders. He had about 25 guys, so he was doing pretty well. And he actually, but you know, in 08, everybody stopped building. So all his you know, clients were builders. So he went from all you know, a bunch of guys and a bunch of builders to him by himself. So it hurt him pretty bad. I was going to college at the time, or not college, technical school. Sorry.
There you go.
Didn't
Same
finish
thing.
the college. I didn't really finish the college, but and then so I was he was still providing and stuff like that, but I was that's where I was in Houston. I did go to Houston to be a mechanic. I actually went to school to be a mechanic, guys. So I'm actually really good at that. But anyways, so I was in Houston, lived over there for 2 years. My dad was helping me pay for stuff because I was going to school full time. I was working, but I was getting paid like minimum wage. And then when I came back, I started being a mechanic, started making a little bit of money. And when I noticed, like, man, like, things are a little bit different. His business is changing a lot. It's because, and that's when I kind of found out, he wasn't doing that well as far as how he used to do in business. And that's nothing, bad on him. That's just kind of how it happened. And he was set up to go after custom homes and no one was building, right? In 08, 09. So I actually had been working with him since I was like 10. All the like every summer I would go work with him. Like everybody would be at the pool and I'd be working with him. I'd be trying to make some money. I was always trying to make money. And then so that's how I got into painting. Every summer from like 10 to like 18, I was like working with him on the weekends.
So how do you go from your dad doing the custom residential homes to you do more commercial and industrial? So why is that?
Did you take over the business?
Or so this is what happened. So we kind of the reason I stopped being a mechanic, I'm gonna get a little.
Let's go. Let's do this, man. Come on, let's go.
Can y'all see me do this? You want me to turn on this light, man? I'm a little brown.
We're brown. I mean, I try to put more.
Okay. So I'm a little wild, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So
travieso.
Yeah. So I've gotten way better. I've got my daughters now. But I got in trouble with the law, bro. I got don't want to get into detail.
It's all good. You don't have to get details.
I got in trouble with the law, and I ended up I couldn't be a mechanic no more, right? So my dad, a long story short, I was on a motorcycle, ran from the police, got in a wreck, spent days. It was bad.
Yeah.
And then got a little bit of felonies and stuff, but it's all right. So, anyways, after all that, my dad, like a great dad, he went to go pick me up. He was like, "You need to get it together." So at this time, I was actually I found out my woman at the time was pregnant with twins too. So I had twins on the way. I had just got fired from my job. I didn't really have nothing going on, bro.
Yeah.
And so the truck my dad went to go pick me up with, I actually had to sell it back to the dealership because I couldn't afford to pay it because I was fired. Right.
Yeah.
So it was bad. So
it was a bad place.
Bad time.
Yeah. I was in a bad place, bro. But my dad was like, but no matter here, bro, don't worry.
That's
good. My dad was like, "Hey, just come work with me." And I'm like, man, like been doing this stuff since I was like 11, man. Like I always told him like, I don't want to be a painter. Like, I don't want to be a painter. And I was like, all right, we'll go work with you. And this one I kind of started understanding, like, man, it didn't go that well after 08 and stuff, So we were doing like roof repairs, like all kind of stuff. It was tough. And I was like, I had broken my shoulder and some other bones, and I was like all messed up, like trying to work, right? And man, the guy that was giving us work, man, I was like, man, this guy's, I'm sorry, man, but I'm way smarter than this guy. I was like, you know what? I can get us work. So me and my dad kind of got together, and I said, look, you got all the experience. I'm about to get us work. And we kind of got together. We were talking about that. And he was like, all right, let's go. So that's kind of how we started it. He was
how do you make that? So why the transition to the commercial or industrial?
So basically the transition was that in my mind, I was like, you know what, residential. My dad was doing well, but when the economy went down, his business went down. So how do I create a sustainable business? So in my head, I'm like, commercial. No, they're never going to stop building. And then when I got into commercial, I was like, you know what? Government never stops building, right? They're always trying to make money and they're always taking money from us. And I was like, it's time to me to take money from them.
There you go.
Yeah. Nah, but
that's great.
And basically, and I think I told you, bro, but what's really good about this is the college that I didn't finish, I actually
told me that.
Right now, and they're paying me to paint, so that's really good.
So you came back.
You went back. You went back to college, man.
Yeah, I went back, man, and now it's funny because like a lot of my buddies and stuff are like, they went back to school and they're trying to get a higher level education, and they're like, dude, I saw you guys painting by my class and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, man, thanks.
So you saw a better business opportunity basically, and that's why you had the chance of seeing what the day-to-day can be in your repaints, your residential, but you saw the opportunity on something that is more profitable and that is more consistent, probably, right? And it's more like recession proof.
In my eyes, as a young person starting out, I was like, recession proof is going to be commercial. That didn't really open my eyes, so I see a bunch of residential guys doing 10 million, 5 million. I'm like, man, y'all do this much in residential? So that was back when I was starting out. Now I'm way more open, but again, it comes with learning. You got to learn sales process, learn your target market, learn all this stuff to be able to get there. You know what I mean?
So then so far, what do you think the most important lesson has been right now for you? Like knowing this type of things on your business. Like what's the biggest lessons? Like most important one?
Most important lesson has been just don't, honestly, don't let people tell you can't do something, man. And don't matter like where you like the way I see it, man, like y'all gonna see me at this table. Like this is my table. Like I'm about to eat at this table, like because I go like everywhere I go, they're like, man, you're young. And the thing is, bro, a lot of people are like, this guy's young and he's a little wild and he's minority. How the hell did he get here? Honestly, bro, that's what they say.
Yeah, I believe you.
Like, bro, you know how I got here? Because I'm about to eat at this table. I don't care how I got here. I'm just gonna get here,
But it's determination, determination. Then at the end of the day, some people don't see what behind it. Some people when you show up somewhere and you have a place, they're like, how do you get here? Most people don't understand that there's a lot behind it. There's a lot of us working behind. There's a lot of times that we have to do work for almost nothing. We have to educate ourselves. We have to find different ways, but because we have a mission, we have a goal. But understand that, okay, you can either be working every day at the job site, or you can go work at the job site and take a couple hours to educate yourself, to go meet with people. You may get a bad look here and there, but guess what? After you start showing up and you're showing up, they're going to respect you. Because you go through every single obstacle and you're still there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing. People start like, man, they start respecting you for it, man. Like, they can't hate you. Because the thing is, if a businessman sees another businessman trying to get it, there's never going to be hate, bro. It's always going to, you might be hating for a little bit, but then you're going to self-analyze and be like, why am I hating this guy? He's like me. And he's out here trying to get it. Like, man, like,
I think so. I know we met, and this is kind of out of the content that we do, but I know we met at the PCA. The first time you went, I think it was 2 years ago. We were in Orlando last year.
Last year.
Do you really think that this has made a big impact, like the PCA and what you've gotten from there? Has it made a big impact in your business and yourself? What do you think about that?
So, the PCA is good, man. So the good thing, a lot of the PCA, I feel like it does have an impact if people go there to. I go there because I love talking to people. I love anything I can learn.
Networking, talking.
Yeah, networking, talking to people. What I can learn from you, what I can learn from someone else. It's always great. And it's really good for business. Like you said, it sales process, it opens your mind a lot. Like if you've never been to any event and then you go to the PCA and you're like almost in a box. Yeah. And you go to PCA, you're just like, whoa.
The world.
Yeah, because I went to another event and that's what got me into the PCA. I went to an event and that just opened my eyes, bro. Like I was stuck. I was stuck in my business, man. Like we were, we were doing okay. We were doing all right money, but like closing rate, I didn't even know what that was. Sales process, I didn't even know what that was. Target client, I didn't even know what that was. Like, but we were doing work, but I was just like, oh, it's fine. But it was inefficient. And it was a lot of stuff that I needed to fix. So like that, and then a lot of guys that were there talked about the PCA, and then that brought me to the PCA. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I'm
because
always
you
trying to learn.
Yeah, well, but I've always seen, and whoever doesn't follow you or sees your business, after this, we're gonna make sure that they all follow you, right? But but what's cool about it is that I see you're at a lot of events. Like you're constantly
not just PCA.
No, you're constantly
events.
like just promoting. I see you're everywhere. So my question to you is, because a lot of people were gonna ask this, where do you get the money for that? You're supposed to be working. How do you pay to go and be? Why do you do it? What does for your business to promote and to be in these events?
Yeah, right. Man, so to the events, man, there's a couple of different types of events, man. There's like you can do these for free. That's what I think people don't. Right now, I get booths. You're talking about booths,
yeah,
right?
exactly. The booths, exactly.
So at these events, I buy booths now, which are not. They're not expensive. They're not cheap for what you get, right? But
what does that do to your business?
So my target, my target is commercial, right?
Okay.
So I target facility managers, government contracts, university schools. And the way I see it is, let's say you pay $1,000 for a booth. I might meet a facility guy that's going to give me $500,000 in work.
Exactly.
So if I stay in this costs $1,000, bro. Damn. Like it's not about what it costs, it's the value. Like what's the value in having that booth at the right place at the right time to meet that contact that's going to bring you $200, $300, $400, $500, even $10,000, you know what I'm saying? So it's the value of that client is the way you got to see it. You know what I mean?
That aspect that a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people have been in business. They can never grasp that. They can never actually say, like, they don't understand that concept. And that's why I wanted to bring it up, because I see you everywhere and you're investing. That's not a big investment in your business. Yeah. And that's something that I think a lot of us should be doing a little bit more, because it's part of, it's part of your P&L. It's part of, your business, it's a strategy. Yeah. You have your target
marketing. Yeah.
You have your target of these people or these buildings. So now by you spending, like, let's say, whatever, it could be, a 5%, not even a 5%. If you're talking about $1,000, you're going to get in return more than $500,000 in work.
Well,
to me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and that's where it starts. It starts with the budget, right? 5%. We do 5% too. So like, and this is all projections, right?
Exactly.
What do I want to do this year? I want to do around this much. Well, what's 5%? This much. We'll see how it works. You know what I mean? So like, I never really know what's the cost, but like, to me, I'm like, I want to be out there. I want people to see me. I want people to know my name. So like, to me, that's priceless anyway. You know what I mean? Because people are like, damn, we met that dude with the hat. He wild, but he got a booth. Did y'all see his booth? Like, I'm like, yeah, I got a booth. Like the event we just went to, it wasn't even like really our target people, but I'm like, no, we had a booth last year. I want another booth this year. Like,
yes.
because I don't know what might happen. You might meet somebody that'll give you a big job. You might not. It's just a coin flip. But you're talking about showing up, we're gonna show up.
It's the presence. It's the presence, right? You show your presence. It's the credibility that they start giving you. And I think this is, and why reasons, like there's a lot of other reasons we can be asking you, other questions we can be asking you right now. But I think we really like to see what the strain and what's really helping someone. And that's what we want to project that, because what you're doing right now, there's a lot of guys who want to find out how they can start promoting, how they can start marketing and stuff. And you found your little niche. You found how.
Yeah,
and it's actually inexpensive. Yeah. And it's not that expensive when you see that return.
No, it's not, man. So it's not expensive when you start, like, because the thing is, I didn't know marketing, right? I didn't start doing marketing like till recently. And the booths are what I call marketing. So like
exactly.
But if you compare it to like, I know some guys that are using like 5 to 10% as a marketing budget. To me, 5% is a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm also trying to change the commercial world too. Like, as in, because I went to a commercial PCA event and people weren't even talking. Like, somebody asked a question, "Hey, how much do y'all spend on marketing?" And the commercial guys looked at each other like, "What the hell is marketing?" You know what I mean? They literally don't. They don't spend them because they don't know how to market. They don't know how to get clients. They don't know what a sales process is. So I'm trying to take that from the res guys and apply it in my business as a commercial.
Nice.
That way,
pretty smart.
Yeah, that way I can get that same service in the commercial world to get repeat clients. You know what I mean?
So I think that's awesome. So that can be this question that we're talking about, right?
So best advice for someone starting out their business. What would that be?
Be hungry.
Be hungry. You know what? Dang it.
We always share that. We always share that. Be hungry and be persistent,
Bro, be hungry, because like I always tell everybody, like, I started my business when I didn't go deep into detail, but I started out of necessity. It was not over because I felt like starting a business. Like, this
we talk about a lot of painters. We fall into it, right?
It was pure necessity. This is all I kind of knew how to do. God blessed me with arms and legs, so I'm gonna go knock on some doors. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I really started. So I was like, you know what? I can get my own jobs. I'm gonna knock on these doors. Knocked on 1 million doors, got like 0, because I wasn't in my target market. Didn't understand
exactly. That's right.
But when this was going on, like, I had in the back of my head, like, my daughters, that's what I'm saying. You got to be hungry, because in the back of my head, and I always said, bro, like, I got to go get the milk. And
you got to feed the babies.
So like, the way I see it is like, damn, bro, like, I got to go buy that formula, no matter if somebody's buying this shit or not. Like, I got to figure this shit out, Sorry for cussing, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was on another podcast. They told me not to cuss.
They're probably going to kick us out, but
that's fine. We'll take it.
We'll take it. A bit. Olive Ricketts. There we go. That game. Man,
solo café.
I didn't get mine. I forgot my Modelo, but we'll do one after. No, but you know what? So interesting, because I mean, you're the 6th person that we interview and have these podcasts with. And it's kind of funny, because we set out to be like, oh, we're gonna ask this person this question, and we have kind of like a program we're thinking that's gonna work. But as we start talking to that individual, things change. And like, just for you, like when I talked to you earlier, and you're saying, I got. Like, he's got his,
back
all suited and booted, and he's coming from right.
Coming back with the.
So
I had to make it clear, bro. I wasn't in a suit. It's just a blazer.
I know. But I'll tell you why. Because every time I get this from people, right? I show up to a job site and they're like, "Do you even paint?" And this is the mind, like the mindset, like. Do I have to look like a painter? No, I'm not a painter anymore. I'm a business owner. Okay,
Exactly.
so you got to address to that.
We're making the transition.
You know, we have made the transition
Yeah.
a long time. But what I'm saying is, like, for example, you going over there, you representing your business. You want your business to be represented at a certain level. Of course, it is okay to wear a blazer. Of course, it is to wear a tied up shirt. You're not gonna show up to the bank and be in your whites and be like, I don't know. They'll still give you the loan. Don't get me wrong. But you gotta play the role, you know. And that's why when I saw that, I was like, we gotta speak about this, because this is very important. Why don't we succeed in our business a lot of times? It's because of cash flow, because we don't charge for enough things, because we don't have money for this, because we don't have. So hey, you know, start to use resources. And that's why I want to bring that up. So from now on, guys, remember, there are ways. There are SBA loans. There are, you know, bank loans. I mean, you can put your house, you know, to credit line. Don't do that. but there are ways.
I would throw the house on that mug, man. Hey, you talking about being hungry? You ain't gonna be hungry if you need your house. I'll throw the house on that mug. That'll see if you a man or not, man.
No,
put the house on the line.
Wait, where do I sign? Where do I sign? But
okay, you know, but yeah, man, it's. Yeah, go get a loan and bring your Python boots.
There you go. But don't just get a loan. Have a plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Try to have a plan why you're gonna get that loan. Okay. Don't just get the loan and then go spend the money a la pulga and then you know and then you're without cash and then now you owe the money. So have a plan. You know, what do you think? So let me ask you something. Do you read? Do you do like podcasts? Do you listen to books? Like, do you do anything? How do you get an influence? Or
bro, I'm a avid learner, bro. I read so many books and I learn all the time. So like I'm always learning, man. I'm like a sponge, bro. Like, because of the way I don't know who did this quote. I'm sure it's a quote from somewhere, but it says, you know, that your formal education could just take you so far, and your what you learn past that is kind of what makes you great, because you're learning that on your own, on your dime, on your time.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So like, college could just teach you so much, even though I didn't go. Or it didn't pass or whatever. But like, you know, technical institute, all that can only teach you so much. But the real world, you know, you need to want to learn too to get better, right? Because somebody that's cool with being mediocre is not going to say, man, I really need to read this book.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, oh, I really should go to the PCA because it's going to put me around people that are doing better. So what happens if you're around 5 people that are doing better? I'm going to be better. Like, you don't think like that. You think more of like, damn, it takes $700 to join a PCA. Like, damn, like, oh, I got to pay a flight to Florida. That's $1,000. Like, dang, not knowing, man, that first event I went to, man, I didn't know power washing was a thing to market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I started marketing power washing, and then it made us like a third of our income now comes from power washing.
Wow.
Like, it's just crazy what you learn.
See, that's the value.
Like,
that's the value. And it's not only PCA, but there are there's other resources where you can use. And like you said, a 3%, God, that's, I mean, we're not talking about just, you know, 5%. It's a 3%. That's
don't underestimate.
Third.
Yeah.
Bro, it's awesome. And you just start learning. And I know I said be hungry on when you said what I would different. And this is one thing I would do. Talking, I mean, obviously be hungry and you got to want to get it, but bro, job costing is vital. Job costing. You got to know how much money you're making per job. So a little backstory. Before I started getting into these events and PCA and these other ones, I didn't even know how much money I was making. Like we were doing under $1 million, right? We were trying to hit in my head, oh, I'm trying to hit the million. You know how we all are.
Yeah.
Trying to hit the million, making like 5% profit, not even shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just crazy to me now. I'm just like, dang, like this is insane. Like, how is I just not aware? Like, it don't matter if you make 10 million or 5 million. It talks about the net is all I'm worried about.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like, how much are we netting? Thank you. How much are we netting? You know what I'm saying? That's the real deal. That's the real number. Because the way I explain it to my team is like, okay, if we do 3 million at a 15% profit, I was like, to me, that's awesome. I was like, but somebody could be doing 6 million at or I'm sorry, 3 million at a 25% profit is awesome. But somebody could be doing 3 million at a 10% profit, and we're still making more and doing less work essentially. I'm like, I'd rather do the 3 at 25 than the 6 at 10. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And see, and that's getting into your business and understanding your business. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, in your case, like, I know we hear about putting down the brush, and that's just like a term, you know. But basically what it is like, you know, what is your role in the business? And our role in our business is to be the brains of the business, or find who is going to be the brains of the business. Because if that business doesn't have a brain, then it can have all the legs and the arms to do it, but it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's very important, I think, for people to understand that.
Yeah, man. I think you always, man, I'm going back to your question, man. That's what gets your mind to open though. Like, you learn from all these different stuff, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't really read, but I'll put on audiobooks when I'm driving.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Bro, audiobooks are my thing, bro. And man, I love them. I love them.
Can you maybe just, I don't want to put you on the spot, but can you think of one that you can say, hey guys,
best content,
go listen something.
Oh yeah, the one I'm doing right now, bro. So the value factor.
The value factor.
So this one, it's by I'll get it right now.
Yeah, because we like to.
This one's.
We'll share a link of.
Yeah, we're gonna share a link.
The book.
Here on the podcast, that way that, you know, whoever wants to listen to it and then become just as good, and not maybe as good looking as our buddy Jesse here, but you know, we're helping here. We're doing our best, right?
Oh yes, Dr. John D. Martini. So the reason that one's more, it's really good, man. It's more of a, why am I doing what I'm doing? It's more of a man, it's crazy, man. It just makes you like, I like books that make me think, bro. And this book really, it makes me reevaluate, honestly, my whole life, honestly. Yeah. Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Is it bringing me true, like, what I'm trying to do? Is it fulfilling what I'm trying to do? Or have I lost what I'm trying to do and I'm just going with emotions? You know what I mean? Like, it's cool.
It grounds you. It
grounds you for sure. And I haven't finished it, and because this is one of the books I can't just audio it. I got to, if I'm going to audio it, I have to sit down and write notes. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, Jesse. What's the name of the book again?
Value Factor.
Oh, Value.
Wait. I want to go back real quick. You know, number one book, the Bible. I'll tell you right now. But number 2 book, Value Factor.
So which one was the first one?
The Bible.
Oh, the Bible. Yeah. Amen to that.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, I knew Jesse goes to church.
I do.
Yeah. No, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm crazy as hell and I do a lot of crazy stuff, but I have a lot of faith, man. Because I've been there, man. You know, I've been the thing about, I love reading, bro. I try to fit in my you know, on my list, always reading the Bible. I'm always trying to learn, man, because like, no matter how many books you read, bro, everything that every book says is in the Bible, straight up, right? It all comes down to that, right? And it's just man, I've been in some places, man, and you know, all I had to do was, let's go. And he got me out, man. He got me out. So, you know,
Jesus be with me.
Yeah, like,
hey, no, I tell him, man, I'm like, hey, man, I'm crazy, man. You made me, but you know,
oh God. You guys
but,
see why I say we had to have this guy here? We had to have
but,
him. We had to have him.
yeah, but in the other sense too, man, like I started thinking, I'm like, I'm really deep in thought, bro. Like I'm like, well, why am I here? Like, what am I trying to do? You know what I mean? Because if it says like, you know, God doesn't make mistakes, then that means we need to be going for more. You know what I'm saying? It means internally, instead of being out here, you know, waking up late, you know, half-ass at work, you know, not being nice to people, like, you know, I can't do that because somebody made me for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's crazy when you start thinking about it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I'm crazy as hell, but you know, I think
Crazy's
like that
good,
too.
man. Crazy's good.
Crazy's good, man. I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
you know. So
So with all the craziness you're talking about, what do you think are your ambitious or biggest ambitions in the business this year? Like, what's you're like, this is what I'm set out to do.
man. So right now, my big goal, or like hairy audacious. That's what they call it.
Uh,
Is that what they say? Man, to be honest, I'm trying to. We could talk revenue, and I wouldn't say it's a big audacious, but I think like I'm trying to hit three mil this year, and it's not hairy audacious, but I want to hit. I don't want to hit three stressing out with all my time. I want to hit three a structured, well-oiled machine 3. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
With the healthy net. You know what I mean? That's the difference. I don't want to be like not spending time with my daughters, missing soccer games. By the way, I'm the coach of the soccer team.
All right.
We got to see some of those.
Yeah, man. But you know, like doing a healthy revenue, healthy net with not 24/7 time, because I got other stuff I like to do, and that's one of the things I amongst a lot of goals, bro. That's my business goal.
Yeah, but that's the business goal.
Yeah, I got a real estate goal. I got a personal goal. I got all kind of goals. But
so basically, at the end of the day, your ambition is to grow, but grow responsibly and still be the man with the family and enjoy life and be a good human being, right? I mean,
yeah,
that's what I'm hearing. I mean, it's a lot, but
if that's man, that makes me feel really good about myself. But because usually, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like foot on the gas. I don't care what happens, we're going.
Yeah.
And that's how I've always been, and that's cool to a certain. That's cool. I'm not gonna lie, but when you hire people to help you do that, it's fine. But when you're spending your time, which that's all I did for a long time, so now I'm trying to like pull back a little bit. And do a little bit more. I want to just a little bit more structured, and that just means I got to hire a little bit more. But it's fine, you know.
It's good, but you're being responsible.
Yeah, because I was always like business, and then what happened was I started getting a little bigger. You know, I started. I didn't care what I ate. I was all business, and then I was putting my daughters on the back burner. You know, I was just business, and you can do that to a certain extent, but I want to do it to where I'm still fulfilling my health goal, my God goal, my family goal. You know what I'm saying? And so foot on the gas anyway, but make sure you.
No, you always want to do it. Just make sure you're carrying your people with you at the same time.
Your family, yourself.
Man, see, this is what happens when you talk to Jesse. Time just flies, man. We're over here.
I know. I just looked at the time and I'm like, damn,
bro. How did this
That's
go?
That's crazy. I didn't even get started with my story.
Right? No, we definitely got. Hey, I keep saying we definitely got to do a second one because I mean, you and a couple of people. I'm like, dude. We didn't even cover half of the stuff we wanted to cover.
Yeah,
you know?
No, man.
I mean,
I
But I wanted to thank you, Jesse.
Is
for
it
us
over?
here. No, not yet. Quite there.
Oh.
Hold on.
Are
We're
you trying to
almost
keep
there.
me
But
off?
I gotta do my little announcements here, right? No.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, what we want to do is more than I think this can help us as painters, right? As businessmen. But we want to bring it in a point where like we can all relate, because I think a lot of us go through these things in life. Like we may get into a point where we are in a good place and we feel that we can cruise to business and do so many things, but then we tend to forget it. We might forget about our family, forget about ourselves, forget about certain things, but we got to understand that it's all of that. And having you here really helps a lot of our listeners to understand that, hey, you know, we all think we have like all these, todos estos defectos, you know, de que somos esto, que somos lo otro. Pero si te pones a pensarlo, todos tenemos un challenge. Y mientras sepamos qué es, and we're willing to work to get better on that, yo creo que es lo que necesitamos. Y teniéndote a una persona como a ti, de que you have overcome all these issues and then adversities and even yourself, because a lot of times it's ourselves. That's the biggest issue, right? Exactamente. Y tener algo que dijiste, tener fe. Fe, como dicen en español, la fe mueve montañas.
La fe mueve montañas, bro. Faith without work is dead, bro.
There you go. Exactly.
That's the other one, bro. You know, a lot of people say, a lot of people talking about, a lot of people just want to pray like, I hope my business does good, but they don't want to get off the couch and get it. You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly.
That's different, bro. Yeah. You know, you gotta put the work in too, you know?
So let's say right now, you know, what would be something right now? We're talking about you're just being here for a few years into your business. You see all these things changing. What will be something that you will be able to tell someone or just anyone? I mean, you already said a lot, but what will be your like statement right now to say to everyone? What Jesse wants to say right now to everyone out there?
What Jesse wants to say to everyone is, man, believe in the Lord, man, and prove all these motherfuckers wrong. That's
That's pretty straightforward, brother. That's a pretty straightforward.
Believe in the Lord.
And dang, do good. You know, Jesse, I think that sometimes we don't really believe that we can inspire people.
Yeah.
But I personally will tell you this: your way of being, the way you carry yourself, the way you treat people, you inspire a lot of people. And we hear all these things, you know, because I'm like, this guy ever get mad? Is he always like sad? Or he's always smiles, you know, he's always this. I understand. I know that you have your hard times, but when you see this, it's just this energy that you bring. So it just, everything else works with that. So, you know, personally, that's something that it's always great when we see that, you know.
Yeah.
Character, attitude, not everybody has it. But the ones that do, they'll do everything else right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
for sure,
with that, you know, really wanted to thank you, man. I know that I want to be here a lot more time and hang out, but God, like, man, this day we've been here for a whole hour.
I didn't even know, man.
A whole hour. I just really hope that everyone got something good out of our conversation. We didn't laugh too much because I think we end up doing that the whole podcast.
Yeah.
But God,
no, but thank you so much, Jesse.
Jesse, thank you so much. Please, guys, go follow TJ's Painting, right?
So what's your Instagram? Is it TJ's Painting?
So on which you wanted me to shout out my Facebook or
whatever? All of it.
All right, so on my Facebook, man, I might have to look because I'm telling you, sometimes this which I mean, I got nothing but love for this other dude, but it just sucks we got the same name. But my Facebook is tjspropainting.com. I guess however actually that's my website. But my Facebook is, give me a second. I never do these, so I'm
and we're We're gonna add a
gonna
link.
tag you. Yeah, we'll
We're
put a
gonna add
link.
Yeah,
a
just
link.
tag it. Just tag it.
In our website. and your-
See, y'all are
everything.
professionals, man.
There you go.
So they go to the right, Jesse the Cowboy. Jesse
Jesse
Ramos.
the Cowboy,
yeah,
right?
Jesse-
That's what
Jesse the Cowboy, man. Jesse the
AKA
Cowboy.
Houston.
Hey, my brother.
Yeah,
From the bottom of my heart, man. It's such a great humble
Conversation.
experience to hear you, man. I know we're gonna be doing more of this. If you guys didn't, we did a small one at the PCA. So it's on our I think it's an episode number 4 or 5, one of those two.
5, I believe.
But that's what we were dying to have you here, man. And I
Oh,
see that
man.
we need a number 2. Yeah, I have a couple
man,
more questions
down,
that we
man.
haven't touched yet.
Hey, we're
You
gonna
know
bring
what?
a
Dude, you know what I've always wanted?
cowboy hat.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I've always wanted to do like the little camera with me and be like in the life of Jesse, bro. Like that's what I
Why
want
not?
to do, bro.
Why
Like I
not?
wanted to just put it here and just be like, this is about to be raw.
Hey,
In the queue, recording
they're gonna hear a lot of beep, 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 beep,
There's gonna be a lot of that, man. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Hey, my brother, thank you, Jesse. Again, I want to
Jesse.
keep going at this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'll be in touch.
Come to Dallas soon, man.
Gracias, my brother.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
Tenga
Have a
buen
good
día.
one. Much love,
All
bro.
right. Thank you.
Los pintores.
I love these guys, man.
Los pintores. Los pintores.